My name is John Quaglione. I'm also running in the 43rd District of Bay Ridge, Dyker, Bensonhurst, and Bath Beach in Brooklyn. And I think to say that Brooklyn has left you behind would be a mistake. And it's actually in our neck of the woods and in other parts of the borough, as we're hearing, we need you more than ever to come into our neighborhoods and to put on those shows. This past December at the Fort Hamilton Army Base, as our pastor said, the space is such an issue in our neighborhood that they rent out the theater at the Fort Hamilton Army Base. And a producer, for the first time ever, had his show perform that I took my daughter to, the community theater presentation, The Most Miserable Christmas Tree. And it was phenomenal. And it was right there. It was $15. It was actors that were just starting out, young, youthful, full of life, and full of talent. And they were right there, no more than 15, 20 blocks from my house. I was able to take my daughter and my niece on a Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock, again, for $15. So that's why when you look at the programs that involve with the business improvement districts that they're developing here in our district and throughout the city, maybe the city, the small business services needs to look to incorporate community theater space when they approve those business improvement districts. And just to leave a final point, I think to Councilmember Cumbo's point, it is critical that not only are you becoming involved and getting involved and staying involved and running candidates, but that we get that economic impact study done and show truly what you are doing and what you're all about and what you're contributing to our city. Thank you.
Raise your hands if you are willing to be a co-sponsor to Ben Kalis's City Spaces initiative to create a searchable database of unused or underutilized city-owned spaces. You will clearly and visibly list your stances on issues facing indie theater and the performing arts in your campaign's website and literature. Sure. Thank you. We'd appreciate it if you actually use the term indie theater too. You support the commission of a comprehensive impact study for independent theaters similar to the one recently published by the University of Pittsburgh on culture and arts impact on New York City neighborhoods.
Yes.
And read that study. You support campaign finance reform and getting big money out of political campaigns at all levels.
Yes.
You support adding indie theater artists to the qualifications to get approval for affordable housing.
Oh,
You support helping indie artists find ways to purchase affordable places to live. You support expanding the theater sub-district fund to include arts organizations with budgets below $250,000 a year. And you promise to see at least 3 indie theater productions before the elections, including, but not limited to, my production of Martin Denton here in this space, July 6th through the coming 3rd, 7 p.m. Tickets are $20 or $25.
Are they going to be on TDF?
Again, we're from the same area, and we see the same problems that are facing the independent theater and the artists in our part of Southwest Brooklyn. Just on the tourism, there's no reason why NYC and Company cannot put something together that they do for Restaurant Week, for 2-for-1 Broadway Show Week. They should have Independent Theater Week, maybe twice a year in the spring and the fall. They should put you guys listed in the pamphlets that they put out, that they give out at senior centers and at airports, and it's like common sense to promote. But you get that impact study done, and you can go in there. I'll go with you if I'm elected. I'll go with your membership, and we'll sit down with the director of New York and Company and say, look, this is how many people we're employing, this is how much tax revenue is coming, you have to do something for this industry. You have to create an independent theater week. You have to create a promotional aspect for these organizations to go out there. When we had a movie theater in our district change hands, it was sold, the Alpine Theater. We worked with the owner to guarantee that one of the movie theaters in the place would be used, dedicated for a community theater, because we have the Narrows Community Theater, we have a number of groups that always calling us. There's, where can we do our show? We want a show, we need space, we need space. And like I believe you said earlier, Corey, they built the theater took over, and the community theater space never came to be. We have a school right now being built, and the community board gave an extension for a 7th floor so that they can have a community theater in addition to the new school that they're building. So we need to maximize the space, as the pastor said, and we need to get more money into our district, but we need New York City and Company to recognize what you really mean to the New York economy, and they need to stand by us. Just to, for the contact, John Quaglione for City Council 2017 on Facebook. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn as well. But again, going back to what I was saying earlier, we are we're as far off Broadway as you can be on the southwest part of Brooklyn. And there are many senior citizens living in our district. There are many young families that have never really left Brooklyn, that haven't left our neighborhood, that have never gone to Broadway. It's to an off-Broadway theater, to a theater like this. So to bring it home to us, that's why when I said earlier that has Brooklyn left you, Brooklyn needs you. So we need you to come back to our neck of the woods, and I welcome my colleagues' commitment, as is mine, to being the voice to finding finally a permanent theater so we don't have to use the top of a school or the back of a movie theater or the basement of a church. We could have a real theater where we can have performances that are top quality, that you guys produce, and that we could have people get the full theater experience. Thank you very much, and we hope you vote September 12th.